What about you? Do you think men, they don't put in enough effort?
I don't think it's about putting in more effort or less effort. It's about putting in the effort in the right places, which then comes down to learning about love languages.
What are the right places?
Well, that's different to each person. So when you know your love languages, then that's where the effort needs to be put into. So often you'd see men giving in what their love language is and saying like they like to get gifts and they're going to give this woman all these gifts and say, I'm putting in all this effort, I'm doing all these things for you. But if she doesn't care about material stuff and what she wants is just like time or to be talked to or like little things like that, then to her, she's not going to accept it and she's going to be like, you're not doing anything for me.
And what is your love language? What's the love language that you like to receive?
Lots of them.
If you had to whittle it down to your favorite few.
Aren't there only 5?
No,
I thought there were 5.
There's not. There's
I don't
more
even
than
really
them,
buy
and I
into
don't
the
know
love
that
language
right now.
thing. But
Me too, but
there's a few?
There is more than the 5. I have looked into this. I can't tell you off the top of my head. Like,
if you had to
what
say
they
some
are.
of your faves, though.
Yeah, what are your faves?
I mean, I do like gifts. I will say that. I do like gifts. And I know that. So a good way to know your love languages are how you give to other people, because that's what I'm saying. We learned the rainbow rule in school of treat others how you want to be treated. That's not right. It's treat others how they need to be treated. So often I really like gifts, right? So I love Christmas and I love birthdays. I love giving people presents and stuff. And often I've run into situations where they're like, oh, like, I don't really care about birthdays. I'm like, but I do. Like, I love it. And that's where you realize it's like, okay, that's more about me than it is about them.
Yeah.
Intellect, that's where it goes into the other one, is like that there's intellect. I really appreciate having a conversation. I like a good debate, not getting into an argument, but able to have that debate back and forth, have other conversations, an open mind.
So would you consider yourself more on the left, like the liberal side of the thought?
I consider
spectrum?
myself like out in space when it comes to all that. I have no idea.
Cool. So you're more of like a spiritual type?
For sure.
That sort of thing?
Yeah.
Right. So you like men who are the spiritual type?
It's a hard question because I was in a relationship with a spiritual guy, and I think that a lot of men that are coming into spirituality are not ethically working with it in the right ways, and
They're just doing it for pussy?
I think
Like,
there's
heart
some things I can't
chakras,
say
right?
on here. So
What?
they're doing it for manipulation, we'll say.
I think the best way to know that you don't want a spiritual guy is to
It's
date
real.
one. The universe sort of
If
guys.
they're coming off like, oh, I know all this, like, come hang out with me and we're spiritual in love and let me like massage on you, like, that's red flag.
It's another
okay?
yeah.
That's like, if they're going in and they're taking their time to not date and do their work and they'll talk about their emotions and they'll cry with you, that's a spiritual guy that I'm interested in spending more time with.
I mean, what if they're like trying to do Reiki?
Reiki
What's it
is
called?
not
Reiki.
hands-on.
Huh?
Reiki is not hands-on.
No, but it's like, don't they do like this shit?
Sure, if
over
you're
the body?
certified in that and you're doing that practice and it seems
You
appropriate.
strike me as somebody who might be into the spiritual realm a little bit,
Yeah.
summoning some things.
Who here believes in astrology? Show of hands. Anybody?
Really?
Astrology? We got one, we got a maybe, we got nothing? Astrology?
Wow.
No
I
astrology?
would say I'm kind of spiritual, but
Not into the astrology thing?
astrology, not.
Okay, all
And
right.
more research.
Got more research.
Yeah, I don't know.
You can just say that's fucking bullshit.
No, I don't
It's
know
okay.
enough
You
about
don't
it.
gotta
I
pull
don't
your
know
punches.
enough about it. I don't know enough about it.
About astrology?
Yeah.
About how like if you're a Taurus that means like you are like bound to certain personality traits and behaviors and just based on the alignment of the stars, which is
The chakras.
kind of dubious at
Yeah.
best, but
It goes deeper than that, though.
well, give me a 30-minute or sorry.
All right, so like
30 seconds. Give
Jump
me
out the
the
building.
basic part of astrology. So we are born with our zodiac sign that we all know, the month that we're born in. For instance, I'm born in June, so I'd be a Gemini, right?
Yeah.
So that's our sun sign.
Wait, you're a Gemini?
I'm a Gemini.
Okay, go ahead.
Anyway, so that is only one part of our being, right? And it goes even past these three, but the first part is our big three. So we have our sun sign, our moon sign, and your rising sign. And this would be, so your sun sign is kind of like how you're portrayed on the outside to other people, to the world, how they see you. Your moon sign is going to be about your emotions, your sensuality, how you kind of deal and cope with things, your relationships. And then your rising sign is going to be like who you truly are to yourself, going to be like the things that maybe no one else knows about you. So when you're reading a horoscope in the newspaper and we read our sun sign, we might be like, take it or leave it. It might not really resonate, but if you actually start reading your rising sign, it might resonate with you a little bit more. And then that goes so much deeper into all the layers of, it's like, you have a Gemini, but if you have a Gemini Taurus, they're going to be different than a Gemini Pisces, and so on and so on. And yeah, it could be way more than a half an hour talk. So.
You could talk about astrology for more than
a half hour.
A half hour?
Yes, yeah.
What's the whole
I'm just
like
learning, so I don't
rising
know.
thing? Like Jupiter rising, is that something?
Yeah, so each
that
astrology
astrology?
sign can
Is
be
that
a
astrology?
rising. The rising is where in the sky, where the sun was in the on the horizon, it was rising on the map. Yep.
Okay, so Jake here is a Capricorn.
Mm-hmm. That would
Can-
explain why you are so busy in your work all the time. Capricorns are all
Really?
about working, about drive, and that's why we get into, right now, we're in a winter season, which is about hibernating, but we're in a Capricorn season, which so we think that we need to make a goal and we need to make New Year's resolutions and drive, when we're actually supposed to be hibernating. So we get all these people who then beat up on themselves and can't meet their goals.
Brian's a Libra. What would you say about? Does that suit him?
I'm not too sure about Libras. I know they're very generally liked by a lot of people. They're outgoing. They like
know
to be
about that
like just eccentric a little bit.
So I wouldn't
and
really
then-
suit the Libra then.
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm a Libra.
Yeah.
I am.
Are you a Libra?
I am.
So, okay, well, if you want to get into it, that's what I'm saying. So that's all of our, I just
Yeah.
learned that that's our tropical
alright.
chart. And if you go into sidereal, that changes your whole identity, and that's more
Okay,
real. So it's a
alright.
whole thing.
Okay.